Okay, folks, I have shortly after 11, so we're going to go ahead and get started today with our job fair. Again, thank you for joining us today for the NC Works Virtual Job Fair Recruitment Event featuring RPM Wood Finishes Group located in Hudson, North Carolina. We are so glad that you are all here today with us. I want to take just a couple minutes to talk about the structure of our event today and just go over a little bit of housekeeping rules with you. During the event, you noticed that your microphones were muted when you entered the meeting room. We want everyone to have a very enjoyable experience today, so we ask that you keep those microphones muted to limit any kind of distractions that may happen in the background, because we want everybody to have a good time. We do encourage questions today, but we ask that you do questions with the chat feature that you can find on your screen. You can type in the questions, and we'll have some folks that are going to be monitoring that. And we will also be able to open up some time at the end of the session for the employers to talk about the questions that may be asked today. You're going to receive a copy of the PowerPoint presentation today. After we get finished, we'll send that out to everyone. And I did want to let you know that this session is being recorded for future events, and we are not sharing any kind of personal information or any participant information. But I did want to let you know that the session is recorded. Okay, so let's get started. So I wanted to let you know that we are very happy today to have some folks from RPM Wood Finishes Group with us today, but I want to take just a couple of seconds to talk over what NC Works can do as well. We have 4 locations, as you see on your screen. We have, we can serve folks in Catawba, Burke, Alexander, and Catawba counties. I also want to just talk a little bit about what we can do at NC Works. You'll have to excuse me for just a second. The services that we offer at NC Works will help employers find job seekers and help job seekers find employers. But we also do a lot of different things at NC Works. So we can offer career coaching and advising. We can offer scholarship programs. So if you're interested in going back to school, this may be a great opportunity for you. We can assist with resume preparation and job application assistance. So if you need assistance with filling out job applications or need some help with your resume, NC Works can help you with that. We offer work-based learning experiences. So if you want to get experience, earn money while you're on the job, you may be eligible to do some of that with us. We can assist with interview preparation, and we have staff that can do practice interviews with you. So if you haven't been in an interview in a while, or you have a big job interview coming up, and you want one of us to sit down with you and talk about what an interview process looks like and go over some of that and pretend like we're employers, we'd be glad to do that with you. Pretty much anything that you can think of, we can help you with when it comes to employment needs. So again, that is just a little brief overview of what NC Works can do for you, and we would be happy to help you. So now, what everybody's been waiting for today, I would like to start out by introducing our featured employers. We have Sharon Nollenbach and Sharon Hughes from RPM Finishing Group with us today. And they're going to tell us a lot about RPM, what RPM offers, and I think they have a great presentation here for you today. And they are our featured employers. So we're going to unmute them. and start some video. So can you folks hear me, Sharon and Sharon?
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
We're doing well. I hope you are.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I'm going to turn the presentation over to you ladies. And if you guys would, if you would just tell us all about RPM Wood Finishings Group, and I'm going to change the screen to you. So welcome to NC Works and welcome to our career fair today.
Well, thank you.
You have it.
Sharon and, well, we're the two Sharons here. We work for the RPM Wood Finishes Group. We're in Human Resources. And a lot of people don't realize where we are. We are located in Hudson, right off of 321 on Hickory Boulevard. And we're kind of down in a hole. So you usually will see the big sign that says RPM Wood Finishes Group. And what we are is we provide specialized solutions that meet the finishing needs of virtually any wood product provider, including stains and finishes, leather and vinyl, and touch-up and repair products, and are a market leader in fabric protection. So mostly what we do is a lot of paints and stains. Some of our sister companies that a lot of people have heard of is Rust-Oleum. We do a lot of the Rust-Oleum products here in Hudson that you see at Lowe's and Home Depot. We have DAP when you're looking at the caulking and the hole repairs. So we are part of RPM International, which is a huge company. So that is what gives us the opportunity to have such good benefits with our company. And we do have, it is a manufacturing environment, and we also have a distribution center that we are looking for people in those two jobs. That's about what we've got in there. I'm not sure what else I can tell you. Do I need to talk about the jobs we have?
Hi, Sharon and Sharon. This is Leslie Ferris. I'll just jump in there. Yes, if you would please, if you would please, yes, go ahead and tell us about the jobs you have available and any benefits that you want to highlight.
Okay, so this is my first presentation, so I apologize for not knowing exactly where we're going. RPM, we run 3 shifts here at this facility, first, second, and third. Our first shift is usually 6 a.m. to 2:30. Our second shift is 2:30 to 10:50 or 2:20 to 10:50, and that's Monday through Friday. And we have a third shift that runs Sunday through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. And the majority of the jobs we have right now are on third shift, but I do have a few on first and second shift. Since we are doing, like I said, with Rust-Oleum, we are filling paints and stains into various sizes of cans, and that is where our filling lines come into play. So on the filling lines, we're looking for someone that has some machine operator experience, that can sort of troubleshoot, that's good with machinery to be able to do a few tweaks to it as needed. There are 3 people on the line. You have an operator at the front that's doing all of the filling, and it's got some computer programs that you have to work with. We have a label bed operator, which is putting all of the labels on the cans as it comes down the line. And then we have at the end of the line a box erector and deals with the robots. So this particular lines on our high-speed lines have a lot of robotics. So that is where we need someone that's mechanically inclined, that has a lot of machine operator experience. And those jobs usually start at $12.25 an hour plus shift differential. So that's where on our filling lines what we have. We're also looking on our filling lines for a person that can be a floater, that can do material handling, that can drive a forklift, that can do the heavy lifting, dropping and picking up and washing some of the vats that we have, that can do inventory, things of that nature. And that's what we're looking for on our first shift. We also have various types of batch makers, and our batch makers, you have got various types: clear side, stain side, dispersion. And with the batch makers, you have on the stain, you have to be able to pass a color test, but on the others, the clear, the dispersion, you do not. And the best way for me to describe what a batch maker is you're taking like a recipe or a batch ticket that is telling you how to mix a particular batch that they're going to have. So it's like if you're baking a cake, you're taking that recipe and knowing how much sugar, how much flour, how much salt that goes in there. And if you add too much salt or not enough sugar, then it won't taste right. So it's the same way with a batch maker. If you don't add the right amount of whatever the product is, then that particular batch of paint or stain is not going to come out correctly. So that is your batch making. Those positions with your batch makers start at $13.50 plus shift differential. So if you're working a second or a third shift, second shift is a 50-cent increase. Third shift is 75% on that higher end rate. So those are our manufacturing type jobs that we have currently that are out in our plants. The good thing about this job is that we train on all of it. So we're not really gonna find a lot of people that are experienced in working with various types of chemicals, paint, stains. So we're able to train on those jobs. So you really don't have to have a lot of previous experience as long as you have some of the basic skills that we're needing. And on the other side of our facility, we have the distribution center. And in our distribution center, we have order selectors, or some people call them pickers, to where you are basically taking the orders, you're picking that order, and then you take it over to the packing and the shipping area so they can pack it and ship it out. Those are some of the jobs that you really don't need any experience for, as long as you're able to and are familiar with iPads, because that's where all their orders are. They're paperless. Everything is on an iPad there. And those particular jobs we run first, and on occasion we have second shift, and they start out at $10 an hour. And again, we can train for all of those. The last job that we're wanting to feature today is our HR, Environmental Health and Safety Clerk. This particular job is an administrative job. We need someone that has good computer experience, good phone skills. This job is will be working as a receptionist at our front desk. So all of the people that are coming in wanting to apply for jobs, those that are here to make appointments to see people, any vendors that are coming in, they'll take care of that type of stuff, as well as our safety data sheets. They will make sure that they have all those out, sending them to the customers, updated in the systems, things of that nature. They'll do a lot of computer spreadsheets, helping purchasing as far as getting information that they need off of spreadsheets. And I don't think we have it listed up there, but we do have one other job, which is our fill-off attendants, or our manual fill. This is probably one of the hardest jobs that we have. It's not so much of the job itself as the physical labor that's involved in that job. Those jobs do require a lot of heavy lifting. because you're moving anything from a 5-gallon pail to a 55 gallon drum up to a tanker full of the product that we're using. Those particular jobs, they start out at, the fill off is $13 per hour plus shift differential. So those are the jobs that we have. The other thing we have that we're very proud of are our benefits. We have excellent benefits that are paid for. A lot of them are paid for by the company, some are by the employees. Our medical and dental insurance, which is very difficult to find medical and dental that's very affordable. And our medical dental insurance, which goes into effect after 30 days of employment, our single coverage starts at $21.93 a week, and our family coverage starts at $57 a week. So it's very difficult to find anywhere that has the insurance costs that are that low. We have company paid life insurance, accidental death and dismemberment, travel insurance, long-term disability. You can also do supplemental life insurance if you want additional life insurance on yourself, your spouse, or your child. Short-term disability and vision insurance. We have paid time off, which is your vacation. You get 9 paid holidays. At your first starting 14 days of paid time off, 112 hours, which is prorated based off your hire date. We have a 401k plan that's matched. We have a defined pension plan, and RPM has an employee stock purchase plan. So there's a lot more benefits that go with that, but those are some of the basics that we have featured. Most of our jobs, as I said, you can do, we train on all of them. We're just looking for good people that are wanting to make a career and that are looking to stay with the company.
Awesome. So we have a question that's on the chat, where somebody's written in the chat. How much does the HR, EH, and S clerk pay? You have a starting salary for that?
You know, this particular job is evolving, but the minimum that we're looking at for that particular job will probably be $12 an hour. It could be more based off experience. You know, if you've got a lot of good computer skills, that you're good with spreadsheets and manipulating that kind of stuff, we have that.
Awesome. So we have another question that is, where would it be best to apply in person, or how do you want them to apply for positions?
You can apply in person. You can come into the facility, but right now, due to COVID, when you come through in the facility, you have a temperature check. When you come through the front gate, your temperature's checked. You can come into the front office and get an application, but we're asking that you fill that out in your car and then bring it back. And that's just because we don't want more than
Sure.
too many people in our lobby, because our lobby is very small.
Okay.
The other option is you can email us a resume, and we can begin with that resume, which you can email the resume to hr@rpmwfg.com.
Okay. Okay, so the other question that I wondered was, what kind of education experience, and what kind of education do they have to have a high school diploma or college, or what kind of education would you like for folks to have?
For the majority of our positions out here, we would prefer a high school diploma, high school graduate, or a GED. It's not required though, but we would prefer. What we're looking for, you have to be able to read and comprehend, because you're all going to be looking at reading batch tickets. So you have to be pretty good at reading, following instructions of that. You have to be able to have some math skills, your basic math skills, because a lot of things we do are in percentages. And that's pretty much it. Now with the clerical job, we are looking for, we would prefer on that a high school diploma. We would prefer at least an associate's degree. A bachelor's degree is not required. But we're looking for someone that has that skill with computers, that are good with spreadsheets, manipulating spreadsheets, developing spreadsheets, understanding, you know, how to come up with different programs and things to get that done, because you're doing working with purchasing on their giving their numbers for what they need, as well as you know, you're doing the basic receptionist type duties, answering the phone, helping anybody that comes into the lobby, but you are doing a lot with the SDS programs, mailing those out, doing FedEx, UPS, that kind of thing.
Okay, great, great. So what I'd like to do now is to just leave the chat open for a few minutes for anybody that has any additional questions. So we'll take just a couple minutes, and then I would also like to, while we're waiting for anybody to type in any questions, I would like to thank you ladies from RPM today. You guys have been very informative. I think it's very, it's an awesome, sounds like an awesome place to work. I was very interested to hear about the batch making and your example about making a cake and putting all that, all those ingredients in, because that really, you know, really brings in perspective how those roles are so critical. So I've really enjoyed listening to that today, just for my benefit, and I'm sure the job seekers would also like to have heard that. So I have a question that says, how often does your company pay? Do you pay weekly, or do you pay bi-weekly, or how does that work?
All of these positions that we have listed are all paid weekly. So, you know, our weekends on Saturday, so it goes Sunday to Saturday, and then on the next Thursday, you'd be paid for that previous week.
Well, that's pretty awesome. Okay, good. Okay, so do we have any other questions today?
I'll add one more thing. You do have to successfully pass a drug screen and a physical and a background check.
Okay, good.
That's our
Thank you.
pre-employment requirements. Thank you.
Thank you for that
Good about that
information.
part.
Great. So we have some additional chats that lots of folks are wanting to thank you ladies for coming out with us today and doing the virtual job fair. And for anybody else out there, I just want to end the presentation with just reminding you that if you need some additional help, maybe tidying up that resume to send to RPM, or you know, you need to contact us to help you with the mock interview, we'd be glad to help you at NC Works. Just give us a call. You see on the screen we have our phone numbers and our addresses there. So if there's not any more questions, then I would like to just finish the job fair today and say we appreciate everybody that attended. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or to reach out to any of our centers.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to end the session now.